Hello, welcome. So Maybelline have really been making a comeback, haven't they, over the past couple of years, I would say. They've brought out some really good releases. In fact, you know what? Drugstore makeup, full stop, has been really good recently. I've got a full face of Maybelline makeup here now, so I thought that we'd put it all together and do a full face of Maybelline. I've got some brand new bits here, stuff that's, you know, only just been released. I've got some slightly older bits. I've got some bits that are new to me as well. I have actually added a couple of bits to this collection because I didn't have an eyeshadow palette, so I got one of those. And what else was there? Oh, the new highlighter, the Sunkisser one. I love this range. So I'm going to start off with brows, and to do that we're going on with this one here. So this is so cute, this packaging. This is the Super Fluff, what is it? Brow Mousse. And this one is in the shade medium brown. This packaging is a bit smaller than I expected it to be, if I'm being totally honest. There is 5 ml of product in here. Is that average? What have I got in my others? Yeah, that is quite a lot less. This one is the one that I normally use from Fine Art Beauty, and there's 8.6 in there, so that's quite a lot more, isn't it? Saying that though, you know, it's pretty affordable. I can't remember how much this was. I want to say £8. So we've got this really cute little spoolie like this, a nice kind of cone shape. I like to do my brows first before I do anything else. I tend to just do this part, and then if I need to do any little brow hairs or anything, I'll do that after I've done my foundation. It's actually really nice. It's definitely going through the brows very nicely, I would say. You know, they're sticking to those hairs. Look at that. You know, it's really filled them out. I do like them to look a bit more natural, so I'm just going to keep brushing through. I don't know if this is the kind of product that will have any hold to it though. I mean, my eyebrows are quite, well, they're not that sparse nowadays. They're just very light. You can barely see them. So just with the Super Fluff, that's how we're looking. I actually think they look really nice. You know, it is quite natural. I love the colour. I think the colour's perfect. I'm glad I went for medium brown instead of the light one that I was going to use because, yeah, I think that would have been a bit too light. Or taupe. I think I was going to get taupe actually. But no, that's absolutely fine. See, you know, not much going on there compared to the one that I've just applied it to. I do still need to do some, you know, little brow hairs around the front where I don't get any growth, and just underneath slightly. But, you know, you can definitely tell the difference. That's really filled them out, and I don't think it looks too much either. It looks quite natural. Very quick and easy to do as well, which is a good thing for me because I find brows so tedious. So yeah, that gets a big thumbs up actually. Right then, so we're going to move on to eyes now. So I picked up this palette here. This is the Nudes of New York. I thought it was quite nice. Obviously, you know, as the name suggests, it's just a nude sort of palette, warm toned. Yeah, it looked quite nice. So there you go. There's a close-up of the colour story just there. It's a little bit of a mix really. So we've got 9 matte shades and 7 shimmers in here, but they do look really nice colours, don't they? Let's just swatch a few of them. So let's go for this one here. So Self Starter, which is quite a nice kind of chocolate brown. Oh, that's really nice actually. And then we'll go with this one here, Protector, which is like a mauve shade. Oh, that's really nice. I love shades like that. That's actually really nice as well. And then one of the paler sort of brown shades, this one is Creator. These are actually quite a nice formula. And then for a couple of shimmers, we'll try Fighter and Originator. So Fighter and Originator. So there we go. There's the swatches. They actually look really pretty. I do quite like those. They actually seem like a really nice formula. There weren't many palettes. I don't think, you know, Maybelline eyeshadow palettes aren't really something I know I haven't come across that often. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is start off with this shade here, which is Explorer. It's kind of a bit of a pinky brown, I would say. And I'm going to take that through my crease. I'm going to take it slightly higher as well because I do really want to use that mauve shade. And I want to take that a bit into my crease as well and kind of on the outside a bit too. I think that's really nice, you know. I'm just going to take one of the pale shades to blend out the edges a bit. I think I'm going to go for Soloist, which is this one here. It's almost a bit of a white, like a creamy colour. We'll just use this just to soften around the edge a bit, and I just want to take a little bit of that. It's quite intense at the moment, so I just want to take a bit of that darkness down a bit. On the outer part here, I'm going to go in with Protector, which was the mauvey shade that I swatched earlier. So yeah, I love shades like this. Probably my favourite eyeshadow shades to use, like mauves. It's quite nice actually, because obviously this one's a lot cooler than, you know, the other shade that I've used here. The contrast is actually really quite nice between the two. And then for a shimmer, I think I'm just going to go for a really pale one at the front here. So I'm going to go for this bigger one in the pan, Originator. That's another one that I swatched earlier. It was really nice on the swatch. Start off with my brush first, and then see, I would imagine that we'll need to use my finger. Yeah, it's not really, it's okay, but we're not really getting much with a brush. I didn't expect us to be honest. Yeah, that's way better. Most shimmers are, it's very rare that I find a shimmer shadow that actually goes on nicely with a brush. Yeah, it's just one of those things, I guess. So we're looking like that. I wouldn't say I'm wowed by the shimmer, if I'm being totally honest. I've had other drugstore palettes where the shimmers have been way better, like the little elf ones, you know, the little bite-sized ones. Beauty Crop, they do some really nice ones as well. I prefer the mattes in this palette over the shimmers, which is again quite a rare thing to say, I think, in general. But yeah, no, the matte shade's beautiful. I will definitely dip into this, especially as an everyday palette. You know, the kind of the warm browns in here, this one in particular, are ones that I would just, you know, apply into my crease just as a quick everyday look. But no, it is a nice palette though. For mascara, I'm just going to go on with the Sky High in Burgundy. I love these anyway. I've spoken about these a few times before, and they're probably up there with, well, in my top 3, I would say, favourite mascaras ever. I just think they're really nice. I love the wand. You know, the wand's really nice. It's like quite spiky. Focus. You see, it's quite spiky, so it's really good at separating the lashes. I love this shade as well against my blue eyes. It, you know, really makes them pop. And yeah, I just think it's a nice mascara. I don't get any transfer with it either. For foundation, we are going on with one of my favourites actually. It's this one here, the Lumi Matte Foundation. And this one, I have the shade 128. This is actually half empty now. I love this foundation so much. The finish of it is just beautiful. It's quite a nice formula as well. It's a bit matte, but it's not completely matte. It yeah, it doesn't look too shiny. It doesn't make your skin look oily. It is literally a demi matte. It's a cross between kind of a satin finish. You'll see when I put it on, but yeah, it's really nice though, really nice. Especially if, like myself, you have dry skin, this goes over it beautifully. Well, I haven't got completely dry skin. I've got dry areas, I should say, around here. But yeah, it's normally, if I, especially a matte foundation on the drier areas, by kind of a couple of hours of having it on, it will start to crack and not look cakey, but just look dry. Whereas this one doesn't do that. It's one of the only ones that doesn't, like without a primer on, I should say. I'll just show you on this side. I have done a full review of this. I think I have. like on its own, possibly with a wear test. The colour match of this one is spot on as well. So yeah, that's just a thin layer, and you can see it just evens things out. I just think it's a really nice finish. Really nice compared to this. Like, look at all the redness that I've got. I've been a little bit under the weather lately, so yeah, my skin's, you know, as it does, like a bit coldy, and yeah, my skin's been like, right, okay. But yeah, I mean, you can see around my nose, around here, whereas on that side just looks much more even. I've got a big spot there, we'll just ignore that. But no, it's just really nice. Front on, side by side. A little bit goes a long way with it as well. I used a couple of pumps which will do my whole face, but I don't put loads on. I'm going on very thinly here, so very thin layers, and I just kind of spread it around and then press it in afterwards with a sponge. But no, it's just really nice. The shades are weird though, I will say that. It's like this one's 128, and originally I got 118 thinking that that would be, you know, a good match for me, and it turned out it was a little bit on the warm side. And you'd think, you know, 118 would be a bit paler than 128, but, and there's quite a few shades in between as well. But no, this one's not anywhere near as dark or as warm as that one is. I just went ahead and finished off my brows. I didn't use a Maybelline one. I used this one, which is the one I use all the time anyway. Fine Art Cosmetics again, and this is in the shade Soft Brown. So for concealer, we're going on with this one. Everyone knows about this. Most people really like it as well, including myself. This is the Instant, what is this called? Instant Anti-Age Eraser. I've got the shade 03. I've used this for years, you know, on and off, not all the time, but I have used it for a very long time. All I do is pop a bit at the front there, and then just take a little brush and just blend it through. It's just a nice consistency. I wouldn't say this is particularly full coverage, medium, you know, it's not light. But it does have really nice like brightening properties to it, which is why I really like it on the under eye. So yeah, I mean, that was quite quick, but you can see just the comparison from this side to this side. I mean, I've still got, you know, wrinkles and stuff. They're not going to disappear. You know, I'm no spring chicken. But yeah, you can definitely see a difference. You know, this side looks much more brighter, more even in tone than this side. You know, I've got this redness here, darkness just here. I think there's a clear difference between the two. I'm sure you've seen many reviews of this product already. An oldie but a goodie, that one. So for bronzer, I picked this one up. So this is new to me. I don't know how long it's been out for. This is the City Bronzer in the shade Medium Warm. Do you know what? There were, on the website I got this from, which was that Notino, there were 3 shades, I think. One that was lighter than this, and then one that was darker. And yeah, this one being medium, it just doesn't look very dark. It looks quite pale. I can't get the sticky thing off. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. It looks quite pale to me for medium warm. I don't know. We'll try it. I don't think that's going to show up much. I'm going to go in, take about that much. It's quite cool as well for a bronzer, I think. It's verging on more of a contour sort of tone than a bronzer. I mean, it's okay. You can't really see it much at all. You know, as I say, it's quite cool for a bronzer. So with and without, I don't think there's much difference at all, is there? I like my bronzers to be quite warm. I like to look like I've got a bit of a tan going on. Whereas I don't feel that one does really much at all. Yeah, I just don't feel, still feel a bit one-dimensional on the face. You know, there's no dimension really to it at all. A little bit, a little bit. You can see when I get certain lights. But yeah, nowhere near as much as I'd like. I just quickly went over with a little bit, not much, just a little bit of a wash just here and here with my MAC Give Me Sun. And next we're going to go on with blush. So I'm going to be using this one here. I've tried the shimmery one of these, but I haven't shown this matte one. So this is one of the Sunkisser liquid blushes, and it's one of the matte ones, as I said, in Pink Mirage. I thought I said Pink Migrate then. I thought, what a strange name. It looks so bright, but I think that's just the colour of the actual doe foot itself. So it's like, I don't know why they call it pink, to be honest. It's definitely more of a orangey coral. It has got a bit of a pink. It's like a pinky orange, but not, you know, directly pink. It's definitely more coral. So I'm just going to take my brush. Whoops, I just flicked that. Don't know where it went. I'm just going to take my brush and work it into my brush. It's just how I like to do it, rather than straight onto the face. And then we'll just gently pat it onto the area like that. It's actually really nice. And then blend. So like that. It's nice. It's not too much. I went on quite light-handed with it. But obviously it is buildable. If you like it more intense, then you can obviously have it like that. I just wanted a bit of a light wash today. But no, I mean, there's definitely a difference, you know, you can tell between the two. And when it's on the skin, it does look more pink, which is really weird because it's definitely more of a coral, like directly from the doe foot until you blend it out. So yeah, but it's a beautiful shade either way. I think it's really nice. And I have tried, as I say, the shimmery ones before. Love those, so I knew I was going to like this. But yeah, no, the matte ones are really nice as well. For highlighter, I have another one of the Sunkisser ones. This one, I believe these are a bit newer. This one is in the shade Star Studded, which I believe is their most popular one of these, but it's really pretty. It's like a bit of a champagne-y gold sort of shade. It looks so pretty. It really does. Looks stunning. So with this one, I'm going to put a tiny bit just here. And I'm just going to use my finger to blend. And then take my sponge and just kind of use that to press it in a bit. You see that? It's not really blending, it's just sticking. Bearing in mind, the blush isn't a powder, it's another liquid. It's not layering over that too great, to be honest. Let's try it another way that I would, which is to put it again on the back of my hand, take it directly onto the sponge like this, and then use the sponge to roll it. It's a bit better, but I don't know, I can just see it. Do you know what I mean? It looks like highlighter sat on my skin. It doesn't really melt in very well. It almost dries down quite matte, which is weird. I don't really get much of a glow from it at all. Oh, that's really disappointing because I was really looking forward to trying that. Let's see when my setting spray goes on, because that's what I'll do next anyway, if that makes any difference. Hold on, before I show you that, I just want to show you this side. So it's still not as, you know, I would like a highlighter to look. It's still a bit matte. It's so weird. But this side, I didn't put it on my skin and then blend it with my finger first. I just went straight on with a sponge. And it does look a bit better. It doesn't look as stripy as it does on this side, but it does really show texture. It just looks like I've plonked a highlighter on, you know, not blended it very well. I'm really not a fan of that. Right, so for setting spray, I'm going to go on with the Revolution Super Fix, which is my favourite. So I use this one all the time. Okay, that has made it look better. I will say that. I love that setting spray. I swear you can put it over absolutely anything and make it look half decent. But yeah, it doesn't look as dry. It doesn't look as textured You know, I've got natural texture. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the actual product just sitting on my skin and looking textured. But yeah, it looks more glowy with the setting spray over the top, for sure. Yeah, it looks okay now. It doesn't look as bad. Right, so for lips, I absolutely love these. This is the 4th one that I've bought, and this is in the shade Knee High. So this is one of the Teddy tints, but I've not tried this, I was gonna say this flavour, this colour, but it is such a beautiful nude. Look at this. It is so pretty. I love these because they're like a velvet. And very much like, you know, a lot of K-Beauty lip products, which I absolutely love. I'm a massive fan of K-Beauty skincare and makeup in general. And I love the kind of the blurred lip, like the Korean blurred lip, which you can get perfectly with these. I'm going to start off by going on with this pencil here. This is the Lifter Liner in the shade Big Lift. These pencils are really nice as well. They're quite, what's going on my nose? I've had a really, I told you I'd had a cold lately. My skin around my nose is so dry. It's just obviously repelling the foundation around there. We'll ignore that. It's not the foundation's fault, it's my skin. Yeah, they're just so creamy and they go exactly how you want them to. I'm just gonna use my finger just to blend it slightly. Very nice. I think that shade's actually gonna go perfectly with that Teddy tint. Oh yeah, that is exactly the colour I was after. You've got cat hair on it as well, nice. Oh wow, yes, that is stunning. That is beautiful. I love that shade. And can you see, if I get really close, like the finish? They are such a nice finish, they really are. I love the velvetiness. I love that kind of velvetiness to them. They've got a little bit of like a hint of, it's not even a gloss, it's like a bit of a slight shine, should we say. They're like a matte, but they're a shine as well. It's really weird. I can't explain it, but it's one of the reasons I love them so much. But yeah, and they're not sticky. Not sticky at all, which is really nice. And they last ages as well, like hours. So here is the finished look, and I have to say overall I actually quite like it. I think it's really nice. Love the base, well most of it anyway. The foundation, as I say, is one of my favourites anyway. It is such a beautiful foundation and it lasts really well. Love the finish of it. Yeah, my skin really likes it, and as I say, even my dry areas like it as well. The bronzer, it's nice in itself, like the formula is really nice. It feels really smooth. It's just, there's no colour payoff to it. I didn't think there was going to be before I started it. I mean, it looks so pale in here that I would say it looks like a light bronzer, like for really pale skin tones. Can you see? It's just, yeah, it's just not dark enough for me. So yeah, it definitely needed that little bit of extra colour to it from my usual bronzer. The blush, stunning, really nice. I love the blush, and the highlighter, again, I'm a bit mixed. It doesn't look like a highlighter normally looks. I just can't explain it. It just doesn't look shimmery or anything like that. It doesn't look glowy. I don't think it does anyway. It looks quite matte. It really does. The brow, what's it called? Super Fluff, like that as well. I think that's really nice. They look really natural, which I like. This is such a stunning colour. I love it. I really love this colour. You'll see this a lot on me from now on. So as always, I will link all products shown in today's video in the description box below for you, along with any discount codes if I can find any as well. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me. If you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. I need a drink. Bye. bye.